How's it going, everyone? It's Astro here again, and I'm back with another Splatoon weapon analysis video. Today's video is going to be all about the Splattershot, so let's jump into it by checking out this weapon's typing, stats, and version history. So to start things off, the Splattershot is the iconic main shooter type weapon in Splatoon that we've all come to know and love through all the various promotional materials for the game. It can be purchased from the Ammo Night store for a value of 500 coins once you have reached level 2. The Splattershot also has a reskinned version called the Hero Shot Replica. It has the same stats, and it can be obtained after you complete the final Inkling Squid Amiibo challenge. As for those stats in question, the Splattershot shares the same stats as the Tentatek Splattershot, having a range of 50, damage of 45, fire rate of 55, and a base damage of 35. Its main difference now lies within its weapon kit. So for its sub-weapon, the Splattershot receives the Burst Bomb, which is a balloon that's filled with ink and explodes the moment it comes in contact with an enemy or if it hits the ground, making it a great sub-weapon to apply pressure. And that pressure is amplified even further as the Splattershot receives the Bomb Rush for its special weapon, which will allow you to throw a barrage of burst bombs for a specific amount of time, making it ideal to use in modes such as Splat Zones to capture the zone as quickly as possible. So overall, the Splattershot is an all-around weapon in terms of power, range, and fire rate, making it easy to use for players of all skill levels. And the sub and special weapons give you a different way to ink turf and maintain map control, as well as apply pressure to your enemies. As for its version history, the Splattershot once again shares the same changes as the Tentatek Splattershot. So unfortunately, you'll be getting the detriment of the decrease in base damage from 36 to 35, turning the Splattershot into a 4-hit splat if your enemies are using defense up. So one way to mitigate this loss is to just use some damage up to maintain that 3-hit splat in most situations. Also, with the introduction to Special Depletion, the Splattershot falls under the light category, so you'll be losing as low as 40% of your special meter in the event you get splatted. As for the Burst Bomb, it received several changes in version 2.7. So the first change was that the ink tank consumption has been increased from 25% to 40%, meaning that you can now throw 2 burst bombs with a full tank as opposed to 4. The knockback effect was also weakened, so your enemies will flinch less when hit with a burst bomb. And the radius for dealing minimum damage has been reduced by 20%. However, the minimum damage has been increased from 20 to 25. The radius for dealing medium damage, which is 35, has been increased by 14%. And the paint radius when the bomb hits the floor or a wall has been increased by 43%. So now with all the burst bomb changes, players are now rewarded by having good aim and placement of the bombs by going for the direct hit as frequently as possible. So as far as gear and abilities are concerned, there's a few abilities that I would recommend to use with the Splattershot. Damage up is recommended for 3 purposes: to counter defense up users, to help with fall off damage, and to make your burst bombs more effective. Any of the ink efficiency abilities, such as Ink Saver Main, Ink Saver Sub, or Ink Recovery Up can also be used. So without further ado, let's take a look at some potential gear builds that can be used with the Splattershot. So this build is an all-around general purpose build that the Splattershot can make use of. So we're going to start this build off by selecting our headgear, which will be in the form of the pilot goggles. It uses bomb range up for its main ability, and it features the Forge brand, which has a high chance of rolling special duration up. As for our clothes, we can use either the Part-Time Pirate or the White LS. The Part-Time Pirate uses damage up for its main ability, and it features the Tentatek brand, which has a high chance of rolling ink recovery up, whereas the White LS uses ink recovery up for its main ability, and it features the Squid Force brand, which has a high chance of rolling damage up. And finally, for our shoes, we're going to be using either the White Kicks or the Oyster Clogs. The White Kicks uses swim speed up for its main ability, and it features the Rockenberg brand, which has a high chance of rolling run speed up, whereas the Oyster Clogs uses run speed up for its main ability, and it features the Krakon brand, which has a high chance of rolling swim speed up. So overall, this build is designed to try to play to the weapon's strengths, as the bomb range up will increase the throw range of your burst bombs, allowing you to pressure your enemies from a distance. The damage up on your close will make your burst bombs more effective, as well as counter defense up users and help with fall off damage. The ink recovery up will help you refill your ink tank quicker to use more burst bombs, and the special duration up on your headgear will make your bomb rush last a little bit longer. And finally, you get good movement options in the form of swim speed and run speed on your shoes, as a way to help you either retreat or reposition yourself in the event that things get crazy, as well as circle strafe your enemies. The only thing you should be aware of when using this build is your positioning and movement when you're near enemy ink. So if that's a concern for you, I've designed an alternate build that accomplishes the same purpose. So we could take a look at that build right over here. So for this build, we're going to be using the sun visor for our headgear. It uses bomb range up for its main ability, and it features the Tentatech brand, which has a high chance of rolling ink recovery up. As for our clothes, we're going to be using either the Layered Anchor LS or the Rockenberg Black. The Layered Anchor LS uses run speed up for its main ability, and it features the Squid Force brand, which has a high chance of rolling damage up, whereas the Rockenberg Black uses damage up for its main ability, and, as you may have guessed, features the Rockenberg brand, which has a high chance of rolling run speed up. And finally, we're going to be using the red high tops for our shoes. It uses ink resistance up for its main ability, and it features the Krakon brand, which has a high chance of rolling swim speed up. So as I mentioned before, this build will accomplish the same purpose as the previous build that I showed you earlier. You do miss out on the special duration for your bomb rush, but the main focus here is the ink resistance, as it will keep you mobile when you are stuck in or near enemy ink. And finally, I have a build that tries to utilize the burst bomb to its maximum potential. So we're going to start things off by selecting our headgear, which will be in the form of the sun visor once again, as it has the bomb range up main and the ink recovery up subs thanks to its Tentatech branding. As for our clothes, we're going to be using the Squidmark Sweat. It uses bomb range up for its main ability, and it features the Squid Force brand, which has a high chance of rolling damage up. And finally, for our shoes, we're going to be using the blue slip-ons, which also uses bomb range up for its main ability, but it features the Krakon brand, which has a high chance of rolling swim speed up. So overall, this build tries to play to the strengths of the burst bomb, as the stacks of bomb range up will allow you to throw your burst bombs at a ridiculous range. How ridiculous, you ask? Well, to put things in perspective, you can throw a burst bomb from your snipe position to your enemy's snipe position on Moray Towers. So pretty far, I would say. Also, the bomb range will allow you to use your bomb rush from a safe distance, as well as zone your enemies, making it very difficult for them to approach you. The ink recovery up will help you refill your ink tank quicker to use more burst bombs. The damage up will make your burst bombs more effective, and the swim speed will help you retreat or reposition yourself. The only downside is that there's no ink resistance, so you need to be aware of your positioning and movement when you're near enemy ink. But if you're a player that likes to be annoying with burst bombs, then this build should accomplish that purpose. But anyways everyone, that's all I have for you in this video, so I'd like to thank you all for watching my analysis on the Splattershot. I hope you found all this information useful. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future. So as I stated before, that's going to be all from me from this video. So this is Astro blasting off, and as always, until next time, take care, stay fresh, and I hope you all have a great day.